Hi guys, the music brought to you today was by Hook Sounds. They are a royalty-free music provider. All you have to do is just mention them in your video or mention them in the description, and it's pretty nice. You get some nice songs. They do have premium content, of course, and I just love platforms like this. Like, I don't want to be copyright strike, so knowing that there's places where you get free music is always great. I'm not sponsored by them, but I thought you guys would want to hear the mention.
So guys, let's get into the juice of this video. Now in this video, I am comparing Pro Markers by Winsor & Newton with Artist Loft. Now I have used a lot of Winsor & Newton. I have used their watercolors since I started doing watercolors. I only recently moved to Daniel Smith. Can't wait to do a video comparing those two. But this is the first time I was given the markers, and I've seen the markers used in several other videos, but I was never going to buy them because I was just like, I do not have the funds for Winsor & Newton Pro markers. They're very nice markers in the videos I've seen them, but I also don't own Copics. So the goal of these videos is to see, is it worth your dollar? Now, looking at the video, you can see me taking the markers, trying to get them to blend. Remember, these are alcohol-based markers, so most of them can blend really nicely. And the Winsor & Newton markers blend very nicely. Like, the Pro markers just melt into each other. I can't even, like, you can see it in the video, even when I'm not going over the marker, the color again with, like, the lighter shade, it's still slowly working and making that effect of transition go through, and it's really pretty. And the grays don't stand out too hard, because if you notice, I went over it with grays, and my goal is to try to make shadow with more than just different shades. And gray is great, and I have to say, unlike the Prismacolor, which is on top, the gray does not seem to be overwhelming onto the color no matter what it is. And I instantly fell in love with these markers. Like, my friend who gave them to me, I thank him a lot. It was a Christmas gift, and I try not to use them so much because they are really good markers. And I wanted to see and show you guys the Artist Loft, which I believe is the Michaels brand of a alcohol marker. I wanted to see how those two would compare. Now the reason why I'm doing this is not just so I could show, look, one marker is superior than the other, but more so, can you get the same quality or a similar quality no matter the price range. So this is for people who are beginning using alcohol-based markers, who are learning how to use alcohol-based markers. Artist Loft is a cheap brand. Well, it's a much cheaper brand. One marker costs about $4, while the Winsor & Newton Pro markers cost about $7. They're almost the same price as Prismacolor, but still cheaper than Copics. I think Prismacolor is actually more expensive than the Pro markers, because you could get a nice 72 set of Pro markers for about $80, but sometimes a 24 set of Prismacolor could also cost you about $80. So here we have me doing the Artist Loft now, and you see me lifting the paper quite a bit. That's because I'm trying to make sure that the markers don't bleed into the image I made below. Now, I mistakenly did not get a piece of paper to put in between it, and I'm using a Copic, like a Copic sketchbook. This is a Copic marker sketchbook. This is meant for Copics, and it was also a gift for me from a friend, actually my roommate's sister, and it takes to almost all it takes to all markers really well. I have not experienced actually using Copics on them, because I don't own any Copics. That'll be the next probably marker brand I get. I got a few Tombow from Art Snacks. I'll do a short video on that as well. I didn't like the image that I compared the Tombow with Artist Loft. I think the image did neither one of them any well. So I want to do a new video. Now here you can see me trying to figure out how am I going to get this similar orange to match up. And this is the thing about different brands of markers. It could stay the same exact color, but depending on the brand, the pigment will be different. So here I'm just, giving you guys again the rundown of this is how these markers blend together before moving on to the main image. Now the main image I chose was my go-to image if I'm ever stuck and I don't know what to make in art or I need a reset. It's technically fan art, but it's fan art in my style, in my drawing style. So I hope you like it. Now here we had the gray. Now I do like the Artist Loft grays. I think for not having a huge selection of gray, the Artist Loft gray did really nicely and it doesn't impede over the colors. So I had an issue with flesh tones as well because I couldn't find quite the match. So I went through several different markers. I usually wait either between the minimum I'll wait is about 45 minutes to about a day at times after I do line art before I color it. Now here I'm erasing and I'm like, okay, it's been like an hour. The ink should dry. I use microns for all my line art. So I was very shocked when I was just like, and the lines are getting picked up. So you guys will see the lines getting, like the black of the lines getting picked up into the pigment, but I tried to make it kind of work with the marker. Now I'm going to leave you guys here. I hope you enjoy some nice music, and I'll see you at the end of the video. complete image. And I think it's very clear in terms of blending and in terms of color variation and color choice. Everything about Winsor and Newton Pro Markers totally outranks Artist Loft. Now, do I still like Artist Loft? Yes, I do. I think Artist Loft is a great beginner marker. I think it's great if you're learning alcohol markers and you don't have the funds to spend hundreds on alcohol markers. The complete set for a Winsor and Newton for I think about 200 markers was about 300 on Amazon. That was when I was looking at Amazon when it had the sale. The whole set of Artist Loft cost me about half of that, so about 150, and that's going off the base price, not counting coupons. So, do I think the Winsor Newtons are better than the Prismacolor right now? Definitely. I will do another video comparing now Winsor Newton with Prismacolor. I'm pretty sure Winsor Newton's going to blow it out the water again with their pro markers. I hope to get my hands on some Copics, so that way I can compare Winsor and Newton Pro markers to the Copic markers. And with that one, I think I'm going to do a more traditional anime drawing. Let me know what you think. Do you think I should do something again more along my style? Or should I go with something more traditionally animated or even a comic? I am up to all suggestions. I'm pretty sure that this will help. And please, if you have any questions about like the cost of anything here, please just comment below. I will definitely respond and let you know what the prices are and if I think it's fair. Because right now, if I really think Artist Loft is great for beginners, then I would probably at this point say skip Prismacolor and move on to the Winsor and Newton. So I hope you all have a great day. Please check out my Instagram at the bottom because you'll see all my art there and you'll see all the kind of mediums I use. Have a great day.